Alright. Another day, another rebrand, baby. So the Utah Jazz, they just unveiled some new uniforms for not the upcoming season, but the 2025-2026 season. I know it's weird that they're doing this for the season after next, but at least it's happening. So they announced they're getting new uniforms and new colors, which the Jazz have a history of. My gosh, the Jazz have a history of changing logos and colors constantly. Changing logos is one thing, but colors is not something that people change that often. The Jazz have done it more than anyone. Usually when someone changes their colors, it's like they do it once and then they just kind of stick with the new colors for a while. They're happy with it and they move on. The Jazz, anytime they rebrand, they change their colors. So originally they had purple and yellow, and then they had green and yellow or whatever. When they had purple and blue and then a third color. And they had purple and black, and then they had blue with a slightly darker blue and then white. And they kind of went back to some older colors with green and yellow and whatever else. Then they went to, that yellow with the neon yellow, black and white. And now they're back to this. Now, the colors are probably way different than what I'm explaining, but I'm just kind of going off the top of my head here. The Utah Jazz have changed colors so freaking much. It's they want, a specific set of colors for their identity and their uniforms and logo and whatnot, but they can't decide on what they want. But anyways, enough of my yapping. Let's get into this. New uniforms. Yeah, this is a 2-season rollout. They're going to introduce some of them this upcoming season and then introduce the rest the following season. Now, right off the bat, just looking at them, they're great. A little bit of old, a little bit of new. You're kind of mixing their old, Stockton, Malone era jerseys with a modern twist. And I think it works. You got that current logo there, the J note, and then you got the old Utah there. Then you got this, is just kind of a mix of the throwback logo with new number font. And they kind of remixed the logo with this modernized mountain design, which looks really nice. They had these as part of their city jerseys this year, I think. This most recent season, and the city jerseys this season have been kind of stinkers, but these actually looked really nice. I think it's these purple ones that they used. They looked really nice. Just looking at them on the surface, they look really good. They're bringing back that purple and blue as their colors, which is really great. So alright, so here's how their jerseys are going to look for this upcoming season. If you were not aware, they had these ugly looking basic freaking highlighter color jerseys. They introduced these a couple years ago, and dude, everyone hated them. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. Everyone hated them. And so they came out with these. They kind of look like a worse version of Iowa's jerseys, University of Iowa. Not saying that theirs is bad, but this is a crappy version of that. Anyways, everyone hated them. They're terrible. I don't know why they did it. This is probably the shortest lived primary uniforms ever. I don't think in the history of anything anyone's had uniforms that were sort of not like city jerseys, but just their normal set of uniforms that have lasted this long. Because again, it's been legit 2 years that they've had these, and they're already deciding to rebrand. So yeah, this is their old home and their old away, association statement. Terrible. Basic, it sucks, no one likes it. But they're switching, starting January 1st. They're switching to these new black ones as their statements, which are really nice. Kind of mixing this with that, and it looks really good. I like the gradient there. Looks really nice. This is gonna be their statement jersey starting the next season, but second half, which that's not really something you see. You don't see someone change jerseys like this halfway through the season. It's really cool. Really interesting. Maybe more teams are gonna do that. It's cool. I kind of like it. I think Utah's the first to do that. Maybe their city jerseys a little different than what they had this year. Similar, but very much different. So that's gonna look really cool. The season after that, here we go. So the 2025-2026 season. This is when they're gonna just officially rebrand. So you got your Association Edition. Again, it's it's a little bit of old mixed with a little bit of new, a modernized version of their old jerseys. Here's the Icon Edition. This is what they're using as their city editions this year, and these are really nice. Like their city jerseys this past season, the 2023-2024 season, one of the better jerseys. And so that's gonna be their icon. And then of course statement stays the same. But their city edition, guess what? You won't know till fall of 2025. So that's gonna be interesting to see. I'd imagine it's sort of along the same lines as these. Unless they go the route that they did last season or the season before, where they made their throwback jerseys city edition. Well, I guess we'll see about that. I don't know. I still think they could use this one as their city. At least that's what it looked like when they were doing this. Like when they showed all of them here, it looks like, oh, this is all gonna be part of our uniforms. But it's not. It's like, well, you know, the city edition this next year is not gonna be part of this usual, you know, kind of our usual lineup. So for one thing, I feel like they could go back to back with these cities and no one would care. But let's look deep into the logos. So logo. It's a classic. It's what they've had as their primary logo for years and years and years. Like I said before, it has changed colors over the years. So they've had this since, like, again, Stockton and Malone, back in like the 80s and 90s. And it's changed colors, of course, but the logo has remained through, like, sometime in the 2010s. And they changed it to bringing back an old logo they had from, like, the Pistol Pete days. Or with the, like, the 8th note as a J. Like this one. So yeah, so they're using both, which is really, really cool. I'm happy about that. But yeah, they had this in like the 2010s, and then they brought it back again. I guess it was their logo for the past couple seasons, but it's, you know, it's basic, but it looks nice. But it was just those dumb colors that they had. So this is looking like it's going to be their like main logo, which is still basic, but at least the uniforms make up for it, because yeah, this is nothing exciting. The colors are nice, at least. It's not like neon yellow and black, you know, not something boring and ugly. But I mean, it's still basic. So I feel like they could have brought back their older logo that they had before this, and it would have worked just fine. But it is what it is. They're kind of sticking with this one. State of Utah with the basketball. Again, they had this before. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it is a nice change of pace. It is a nice, very much needed change. Again, it is weird that it happened so soon. You know, it's weird that their old uniforms didn't last, but good riddance to them. They were terrible. No one liked them, and for good reason. It's nice to be moving on from that so soon, and moving on to these classic colors, classic design. It looks nice.